With all the hype building around Tour de Endurance Season 3, some of the expedition teams have come together to create this little friendly round as a bit of a build-up for some of the events you'll see in that season. There you see the Gravitrax course, the funnel course, and the 8 competitors lined up ahead of the podium to see, by the end of it, who'll be on that top step. And of course, as per usual, Rum and Powder will join me for these 2 parts.
We have 8 teams here. A lot of them you must have seen in past Tour de Endurance videos, like the Breakfast Doritos, Team Cameo, Black Holes. The event lineup, we have 3 on the docket today, balancing Funnel Classic and the Distance Drag. Those are 3 fan favorites that are surely going to give a good competition.
Starting up front, it will be Team Cameo, with Ash Rises closing us out in the first event, Balancing, and we're going to get straight into it. Here you see Team Cameo with run 1 of the day.
So unlike what we saw in Tour de Endurance Season 3 in the qualifiers, it is just 1 by 1, and Team Cameo, 2 finishers all the way to the end, and a third marble also very good to the far side. This set a good stage for the first run.
And the 346, that is a very strong score for this new look of balancing that we've seen so far. It's a much slower beam. Black Horse coming down next, going to try and improve off of that very good starting performance. They get released, and it's a very solid run down the middle. 1 falls off early, but these last 3 crawling, and it all goes wrong at the end. They all get past 100 though. So this, without any finishes, is still going to be a very strong score.
No finishers, but a very consistent run, and despite that, they go into first place, beating Team Cameo. We have the Breakfast Doritos in run 3. Pretty hard totals to stack up. They have Breakfast Doritos. Oh, they completely fall apart. One of them looks like they're going to get to the end. They won't. And that is certainly going to be 3rd out of 3 runs.
They slipped off at the very end. That's going to be 120, I'm pretty sure. Breakfast Doritos, this last one, tried to salvage the performance, but only gets 120 for a 239, a full 100 points behind second place Team Cameo. That does not bode well for the early days.
Well, now it's time for the Royal Blues. Different uniforms for this expedition tournament. We'll see how that suits them. They have one square down the middle, and they should finish. And it should beat the Breakfast Doritos, but I don't think it will be better than the top 2.
Yeah, those first 2 came off a bit too early for them to be anywhere near the top 2, I reckon. And you see there's that beautiful run by that Royal Blues member, but a 299, just 1 point off 300, but still a fair distance behind Team Cameo. And there you see a full, I think it's 47 points behind Team Cameo, while Black Hole still paced the field halfway through this first event.
Notice how the runs are much slower than what we've seen in the past. That's because the beam is less inclined. It's making different strategies for the teams than the Sky Dragons. Their strategy was the absolute wrong one to have. 3 off to the far side.
1 does get to the end, so it should at least beat the Breakfast Doritos. But that's not going to get them anywhere in the overall standings. They're only 4th place, 271. Didn't even beat the Doritos by that much. But 4th place out of 5 is nowhere to be. Flash Fires looking pretty good to follow that one up.
Flash Flyers, ooh, they get a bit disjointed out of the gate, but they do have 2 still on, and they should both finish. And the Flash Fires, they salvage what was looking like a bit of a shaky run from the get-go.
It shows a shady run from just one of the marbles. That one on the far yellow side looks like he was going to topple off, but drifts back to the other side. And 357, it challenges for the podium in 2nd place, not far off the Black Holes. Flash Fires looking good in the early stages of this tournament as Bone Rattlers, our penultimate run.
Bone Rattlers, they get 1 far off, and then 2 to the far side, and the other 2 to the nearest side. It's not going to be a very good run, but I think it will be better than the last few teams, because they had a pretty consistent run, and this is 5th out of 7.
Still not bad, considering there are still 5 more events to bring it all back. 5th out of 7 is not bad. And here you see the final run. Will the Ash Risers be able to stack up to any of the top 3 competitors we've seen so far? Probably not.
Well, that 4th marble will get all the way to the end, but too much bumping out of the gate. You see those 2 marbles to the near side, and the 3rd one just completely follows suit. Look at that last marble on the edge of the beam there, but then they curl back to get a respectable 5th out of 8.
Not a bad start for the Ash Rise, but this does mean that the Black Holes and Team Cameo, 2, well, experienced expedition teams, will take 1st and 3rd, while Flash Fires split them for 2nd place, and that makes up the first podium of this tournament, with the Funnel Classic coming next.
So we go from an event that was 1 by 1 to absolute chaos, but first we'll celebrate the Black Holes, Flash Fires, and Team Cameo.
And now there you see, it was, as Raman just pointed out, it was a 1 by 1, but now we're going into a straight up 8-team brawl. There is no finals, semi-finals, is just a 1 straight race to the bottom. And then you see 2 green funnels, as well, I imagine was thought to be turned to 1 after the chaos we saw in Season 3 qualifiers, but all of them lined up at the top, and let's see what more madness ensues is going to happen here.
We don't have the past results to go off of to determine who's the favorites to win this one, so it should be a close battle between all of them. Who will drop on first into the second translucent funnel? It is the Sky Dragons, followed by the Ash Fires.
Ash Risers coming through next, and it is at the top, Black Holes. Royal Blues do not hold out over the Breakfast Readers, who take a lead for now, but the Bone Rattlers are going to form through to the orange ones first. Ash Risers, Flash Fires all coming on suit. It's a massive brawl up top. It looks like Royal Blues and Breakfast Readers. Breakfast Readers still holding that lead. And hang on, wait for a minute. There it is. They hold the lead into the orange funnels, but it's starting to be chaos down below. Breakfast Readers. And there you see, it's Royal Blues and Team Cameo now up at the top.
The Royal Blues, they did manage to hold off Team Cameo and Breakfast Fritos up there. You really want to be the last one to go into the orange because it really makes everyone else collide. And you can see some of those teams, like the Ash Fires and the Flash Fires, dropping down into the bottom funnels. We'll see who drops into the green first.
Up top it is those two blue marbles, Royal Blues and the Sky Dragons, looking to take the lead. Breakfast Fritos have fallen down a bit, all the way down into the mid-pack now. Breakfast Fritos have completely fallen apart, looking to enter the green funnel very soon. Up top though, they're just on screen there, you can see Sky Dragons have taken the lead, and it all goes wrong immediately. Royal Blues back up in front with a good angle of attack around that orange funnel.
Very masterful spinning by the Royal Blues, though they just dispatched to the Black Holes as well. That's two marbles that have done the same thing too, and they will have the lead as everyone else is in the green funnel. It will be the Breakfast Fritos that drop on through into the final green funnel, followed by Team Cameo, and the Flash Fires are also there.
Bone Rattlers, though, coming through before the Flash Fires actually send everyone else through, and they come on through in third place. Black Holes are going to try and make contact with the Royal Blues to get up into first place, but I don't think it's going to happen. They've got too wide of an angle, and Royal Blues are looking to have this lead pretty much, this win pretty much wrapped up. Everyone else is piling around the green. If Royal Blues can hold that out, they will win this pretty easily, I imagine, but who's going to fall on through first?
It looks like Flash Fires, no Breakfast Fritos. It is Flash Fires that drop on through first. Then it's the Breakfast Fritos. Then a whole slew of marbles with the Royal Blues. Easily going to get the win here. Ash Risers dropped on through into second place, but no one can challenge the Royal Blues. Sporting their new uniforms, they win the Funnel Classic and win it in style.
And they're just still going. I'm pretty sure I saw Bone Rattlers round out the podium in third place, but Royal Blues, this is otherworldly competition. We saw this from J Jockey's Emerald in the qualifiers, but an expedition team, Royal Blues, you don't expect this kind of skill around this opening funnel. He's still going. He's just showboating at this point. We're going beyond 230. Is he going to stretch for 240? That would be a monumental achievement, crawling around that opening. We're nearly at 240 Royal Blues. This is a fantastic win. They are just, wow. You'd expect to see that from the big league, but that was otherworldly for an expedition team. I can't believe it.
Yeah, masterful spinning in the orange funnels, and then just topped it all off with that J Jockeys-esque performance in the final green. No one was even close. Royal Blues take a bow as they get first place and a new Tour de Endurance record in an expedition tournament. Wow, Ash Risers, they do get second place, but kind of overshadowed by that gold medal performance we saw.
I'm just astounded. The J Jockeys have been usurped, but they're not even competing. The Royal Blues smashed their old record by to the tune of 15 seconds. I'm sure the Royal Blues are absolutely ecstatic with that one. And the Ash Risers and Bone Rattlers did get a well-fought second and third place with all that contact, but yes, very, very overshadowed by that flawless run by the Royal Blues. They captured the second gold here in this tournament with just one event to go for today, the distance drag coming soon.
So we have the Black Holes and the Royal Blues knotted with 14 points at the top. Both of them have one gold medal. Only one can lead after this final event.
We gotta celebrate, of course, the Royal Blues after that fantastic performance. Ash Risers and Bone Rattlers didn't do great in the first event, so coming back here to get back up on those scoreboards is going to help them for sure with distance drag. Final event for the day. I have to see if some of these teams lower down can get some boosts in the standings with this one.
It's a bit of a different format from what we're used to. All four marbles will go down, kind of like downhill drag, but then it's a matter of who gets out in front. So we can see the Breakfast Fritos and the Sky Dragons knotted, but I think the Sky Dragons are like a millimeter out in front.
Now, how this event works is that they will also be lined up for a second time to go again, and whoever's, we see, a 91.80 is their current score. for the Sky Dragons. They have 91.80, but that's going to not last because they're going to go again. It's whoever's has the highest sum totals. Let's see how they go again. It's going to be it's much closer this time, but the Breakfast Doritos, again, a good score. And it looks like, I think, with that first score added with this second one, they should be leading after this first group.
Look at all of them, just separated by a few centimeters, but it is the Breakfast Doritos that when you combine the totals, they will be 1.3 centimeters edge it out over the Sky Dragons, as we see in heat number 2.
Flash Fires, Black Holes, Bone Rattlers, and Team Cameo, and they come now, and it's going to be a big win for the first event winners, the Black Holes. They're well up there towards 90, but everyone else, slow down. You want to have 2 good runs rather than just 1 good one. It's different to what we've seen usually, but Black Holes off to a good start in the second group.
Team Cameo and Breakfast and Bone Rattlers, they did not get out of each other's way, and you can see that contact really hurt them. They place in 3rd and 4th in that heat, but can they bring it back in the second? Good launch for Team Cameo, and a bump from the Flash Fires gets them out into the lead.
And a big lead it is as well. We've seen the average to be about 91, and Team Cameo got up towards, look like 93, so a big push there. It should contend them for the podium, but with the Breakfast Doritos having more consistency with their runs, they should hold up for first place. They do, and Sky Dragons hold up for second as well, so much quicker event than the last two, but Team Cameo sneaking there for a second bronze medal, while Breakfast Doritos and Sky Dragons round out those top 2 spots.
Black Hole's a bit of a disappointment after their first round. They fall to 5th, but that means Royal Blues will be the championship leaders after this first half. But congratulations to the Breakfast Doritos, Sky Dragons, and Team Cameo for making the 3rd event podium.
And that's going to be all for today. Within the next week or so, you will see, there you see the standings, Royal Blues, Black Holes, and Team Cameo, the only double medalists so far. Everyone else has a medal, which is impressive. We've still got Grabber Tracks head-to-head, Downhill Drag, and Team Final Pursuit to go to decide this tournament.